Hey guys, quick reminder about the Two Bears 5K with me, Tommy, and Jelly Roll in Tampa, May 4th at Raymond James Stadium. Do not miss out on the early bird pricing because that will go away at the end of the month. Prices rise on March 1st. Get off the couch. Get on Strava. Jelly's on there. They'll get you to a 5K. You can do it with us. Meet us in Tampa. Go to twobears5k.com to register. 100%. Cheers.
Welcome to another episode of Two Bears, One Cave. This is an exciting day here. The sexual energy is thriving. It's charging. It's I can feel it in my bones. And we're really happy to tell you guys that on February 25th, you can check out the all-new Route 66 tour comedy special. It's coming out on YouTube. And these are the guys behind it. Give it up for the Are You Garbage guys, Woo! Kevin and H. Foley, everybody.
What's up, guys?
Good to see you, buddy.
Thanks for having us, man.
Of course. It's so good to see you. Congratulations
Thank
on
you.
the new special.
Thank
This
you.
is a documentary special that encompasses Are You Garbage with the crowd, stand-up.
Yep.
And I think actually it's the thing that people want to see the most, which is like the bits, the off stage fun shit, like on the bus, fucking around in restaurants.
That's exactly what it is. Yeah.
Dumping out salt shakers. Whatever you do for fun. But it has it all.
Yeah, it was very like we through the bus we got. I mean, because we are just dirtbags and like you know we just did this ourselves.
Yeah.
Like I just started calling bus rental places and I'm like, can we have a bus? They're like, sure. But we got a bus from like 1981, maybe.
You got a purposely bad old
No,
bus?
it was just like that's what I mean.
It's got a lot of character to it.
That's
Say that.
It felt like we were in like a log cabin in the 80s.
Okay.
It was
Yeah.
fucking,
Okay.
dude, the seats were ripped. It was fucking bad.
How many people were on the bus with you?
Nine guys.
9 dudes. 9 dudes.
It was,
Nice.
yeah. So it was me, him, 2 openers, Sam and Tommy, a tour manager, and then the crew was 3 people and a producer.
Okay.
And a bus driver who hated our guts.
Oh, he hated you?
We thought he was
Hated
either
us.
deaf or didn't speak English for the first 4 days.
And it turned out he
He just
you.
didn't like us.
Didn't like us at all.
Because were you guys like rowdy? And
No.
No, I mean probably a little bit, but nothing like
What did he not like about you?
just our faces.
Really?
Just like right away.
Weren't his kind of guys.
We have it on. We have us meeting him after the first night because he got there, parked the bus, and we
met
pulled
in
up to the venue. It was there in Chicago.
Yeah, we met in Chicago and then took the bus all the way to California over the 12 days.
And I get there, so like we do the show. The bus calls, it's like 2 a.m. or whatever.
Sure.
So like we do the show, do the meet and greet, go out for beers and like something to eat, and we're coming back, and he's there smoking a cig. I'm like, hi, I'm Kevin. Nice to meet you. He just put his hand out, no like
No
hi,
words.
no just. I said, thanks for driving us, and he just fucking...
Strong silent type.
So, yeah, I mean, first of all, his assignment is driving the 1981 fucking Prevost, so this is not their best guy. But
I think he said it had like 2.2 million miles. It was like
Yeah.
crazy. It broke down.
was
it
it
broke
like
down.
his bus?
We got him off Airbnb. It was just an RV.
So like, describe it. Like, how old is he?
He was a Dominican guy from the neighborhood I live in. I live in a Dominican neighborhood in New York called Washington Heights. Yeah,
yeah.
he's from, and he's like, you fucking live there? I'm like, you're an idiot. He's like, I got out.
I had a pretty good conversation with him one night. We took shrooms, and I was up
Not the
front.
driver, just Foley.
Yeah, just me. Oh, and he ripped heaters, so we were still smoking at the time. So he let me come up and sit and smoke a cig with him. I chatted him up a little bit, found a little bit of his life story.
Okay.
Nice guy.
He's Dominican.
Dominican dude, maybe a little bit of a rougher, younger days.
He's got a past.
Oh, okay.
Well,
Yeah.
he's not allowed in Canada. We found out he's got a past.
Hey, neither am I. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So, yeah, it's good the tour didn't go up there.
Sure, yeah. He stopped in L.A.
so-
he was really cool though.
So, and was he like from Dominican or just like Dominican?
No, just like a New York Dominican guy.
Yeah, I got you.
And what really broke him is we were, we pulled over and we had a drone flying above us, like when we were pulling into a town.
Uh-huh.
Like the production guy's like, yo, pull over. So they throw the drone up and we're cruising. He's cruising. And then they hit a fucking power line with the... and it fucking just blew up. It fell on the ground, got ran over, and he thought that was the funniest thing.
He loved that.
Meanwhile, it was like a $15,000 loss for us.
Right.
And he's like, ha, that thing, a truck hit it, then a car hit it, then a truck hit it. I'm like, dude, we get it. All right.
We get it, yeah. We lost a lot of money. Thanks.
Sure, yeah, it sucks. We're in the red on this fucking thing, dude. It's going on YouTube. We're not even selling
I was
it.
sleeping. I didn't see any of this.
Holy shit, man.
Yeah, like everything that kind of could, in a good way of like, it's very us. Like so much shit just went wrong.
The thing too
I
about
shit my pants.
You shit your pants?
Yeah.
On the tour?
Yeah.
On 5 different cameras and tried to hide it, which is the most insane.
Where were you?
I didn't realize they were filming. So I was still on Ozempic at the time, and it was really killing me. And
was it helping?
no, it was making me. I was so sick. I had burps, the runs, the whole 9 yards. I was in a bad spot. So I was on a clock. Because you get on that bus, you can't poop.
He acts like he lives in like a
That's
typical good spot normally. Like he's not burping and farting all
But
the
I
time.
had to really time it out. And then the bus broke down, and that kind of jammed up my schedule,
Yeah.
per se.
Yeah.
And we got to the place where we were getting the bus fixed, and, something happened. I didn't realize fucking Luke, our producer, was running around like the school newspaper filming me. And
Dude, meanwhile, he's got a lava on. Like we're on like day 7 of production.
thought it was under the radar.
Was it running down your legs? Was it like...
No.
It wasn't not. He threw the underwear away.
Yeah, I had to get rid of the underwear. Didn't break the upper atmosphere.
He
But
kept the shorts on though for the rest of I which is a wild choice.
that would have been
I
a
feel,
dead
right?
giveaway, I figured.
Oh, so it was just to like save face.
Yeah. Yeah. So we got there.
Were there stains on it?
I mean, Tommy.
From the outside? Could you be like, oh, these are...
Well, they were dark. They were dark basketball shorts.
Okay.
So
Yeah, they were
at a
stained.
glance, I could have maybe sat in some water or something like
I
that.
remember when I was with my dad one time, and we were in Portland, Maine, and we went out. He was like, he's like, let's go get lobster. And so we got lobster, and then we walked. It's like a father-son trip. By the way, it's like I'm fucking 40. I mean, this is like a few years ago.
Sure.
And we get back we're in the hotel lobby, and he's like, I gotta take a shit. So he just goes to the lobby bathroom, and I go up to the room. We're sharing a room, right?
Sure.
So I go into the bathroom of the hotel room we're in, and I'm sitting there taking a shit. And then, I don't know, a minute later, I hear on the I go, what's up? He goes, me. I go, I thought you fucking were using the bathroom downstairs. He's like, I shit my pants. And I go, okay. So he's like, hurry up. I go, I'm on the toilet, man. Like, hold on. So I clean up. I get out, and he's like, I shit my pants. I go, what happened? He's like, well, I was walking in, and it was 5 feet too far, the toilet. So I was like, okay. So he goes in there, he cleans up, and then he comes out, and he's telling me the story. I'm like tearing up, laughing at it. And then he's like, all right, well, let's go to whatever, like go to see a movie or something. And he starts putting pants. I go, are those the pants you just shit in? He's like, well, yeah. I go, well, don't you want to look at them? And he holds them up. And you see this brown stain. I go, you can't wear those. He goes, why? I go, because there's shit on them. And he goes, it's just a little bit of shit.
That's crazy.
And I go, no, that's not a sentence. Like, no one says it's just a little bit of shit. I go, don't you have other pants? He's like, yeah. I go, well, get the other fucking pair of pants.
Yeah, that's why you don't look.
Looking is bad.
Yeah. When you don't want
ask,
an
don't
answer,
tell.
you don't look.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
Bad reality in the cold light of day.
He's a unique guy on a bus
Yeah.
to live with. For that 9 guys, he'll just be like, you come in, he's like sitting in your bunk, and I'm like, dude, get your proven shitty ass off of my bed. Like that's
I
you
put my
have like
socks
we.
on. I put my shoes on.
So wait.
Dude, he's an animal. He's the only
Did-
guy. Just like his luggage is out and open in the
Was
in
it
the
a
galley.
slow reveal that you had done this? In other words, that like
They found they were filming so the bus broke down and we were getting all that footage and stuff like that. But I didn't realize Luke was like hovering around me with a camera. And when I got off the bus is when the incident occurred.
and it's like it's a moment, right? It's like one quick moment. where
But
you're
I
like,
wasn't sure yet.
Oh, right, because you have to check sometimes.
because
Yeah.
we have the 2-finger dab, and then this dude.
But I wasn't sure yet. Because
the slow-
sometimes it feels like, is it wet down there? And you go,
Dude, he comes up to the nose and does that.
Yeah, and you got that on camera.
All on camera, dude.
I didn't realize that. So
And then he goes, "You think they got a bathroom in there?" And they're like, "So I mean, this poor mechanic shop, it was a family-owned mechanic shop in like Arizona.
And if we weren't at that specific mechanic shop, I don't know how other mechanic shops are, but this bathroom was like a bathroom at a house. Like they had a sink, they had cleaning products under the
it
sink.
was like a powder
They
room.
had paper towels in there.
You took the underwear right in the trash?
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
first I checked because sometimes it's
False alarm.
It feels swampy,
Yeah.
and it isn't.
Right.
Unfortunately, this time that wasn't the case. There was some action.
For everybody involved.
So I had loose basketball shorts on, so I thought I did it real slick. I just did like one of those.
Yeah.
And I knew it was bad news.
Yeah.
For everybody.
Yeah.
So I excused myself from the group and I went in. And same thing with your dad. Somebody was in there. Somebody else was in there, and I was banging on the door. And I heard the toilet flush. It was Tommy Cassidy, our opener, and I was like, "Listen, I heard the toilet flush. Next thing I should hear water running. Get out of there. I got a situation." So I go in there, have to get completely naked.
Yeah.
I'm completely naked, and it's a chilly Albuquerque morning, so I feel that draft coming in.
Yeah.
Standing in these people's bathroom
They're
completely.
live. Their livelihood is in the line. And he's
Yeah.
just like got a pair of shitty underwear and a brown ass on him.
Oh.
So I threw them in the trash can. All right. Threw them in the trash can, cleaned up, had to clean. I was like the wolf. I had to clean up the bathroom, get rid of everything. And thank God they had you sometimes put a clean trash bag under the dirty one so you could fill it. They had that. So it was cool. I got away clean.
Yes.
I grabbed my bag. I threw my shorts on. I moved out. Hook shot it in the dumpster. And that's it. The bus was fixed. Let's go. Thought, all right, no big deal. Everything's cool.
He doesn't think anybody knows at this time.
So at this point, in your mind, you just got away with this, right? Like,
Heist of the century, Tom.
Yeah.
Huh? It was like the Lufthansa heist. Jimmy! Yeah. I was set.
Our producer comes up to me at lunch and he's like, "Dude, I have something that I probably shouldn't." I'm like, if it's in the world of comedy,
Yes.
if we can get laughs out of this, you have to tell me.
I didn't think it was very funny.
And he's like, "Foley, I'm pretty sure Foley shit himself." I'm like, "When?" He's like, "An hour ago." So I'm like, "Well, we haven't changed. We haven't chat. The bus is up on a jack." So
I was on the bus eating Cheez-Its at the time when this was all going on.
we get back, so he's sitting there eating, snacking away, and I'm like, "What?" We're on the road to, because at this point we're like, meanwhile it's like just the duality of the the dichotomy of the show. He's actively has fecal matter in his underwear,
Allegedly.
and I'm like, "Can we get 2 Sprinter van? Like, we have to still get 6 hours to a show,
Yeah.
that has to go, like, you know what I mean?"
Yeah, we're behind the 8 ball a little bit.
I'm like, we're calling rental car. They're like, "No, you can't return the car to another location." We're just trying to figure out. We're like, "Can we get a plan? Like anything we can do?"
They
to get
were
to
all
the show.
handling that. I had other business
And he's like,
to
"You think they got a
attend to.
bathroom in here?" And I'm like, "Dude, what the fuck?" So then we finally, the reveal, we slow roll it. Just so happened, like we would do on a pod. I'm like, "What happened at the mechanic shop?" And he's like, "Huh?" Like he. So then
I thought the service was great.
you're still downplaying it.
I said, "Yeah." And I'm like, "Do you want to get out in front of this, or like, because I know what happened." And it was just like a
You lied till the end, until they got you,
Yeah.
until they got you on camera.
Yeah.
Dead to rights.
You need to see the evidence before you.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Talk to my lawyer.
Yeah, of course. I don't answer questions.
This show is sponsored by BetterHelp. What are some of your relationship green flags? We've often heard about red flags in life and what we should avoid, but what if we focus more on looking for our green flags in friends and partners and life experiences? Let me tell you something. If you're not sure what they look like, therapy can help you identify green flags, actively practice them in your relationships, embody the green flags in your energy, yourself, your life, whether you're dating, you're married, or just building a friendship, or candidly just working on yourself. It's time to form relationships that love you back. I have talked about this in old podcasts, but I actively endorse this. I'm telling you right now, I had a happiness journal, and I would flag the things that made me happy and then flags the things that made me sad. And I noticed that identifying the things that made me happy were so much more important because I could control that. I couldn't control the things that made me sad. Making breakfast for my daughters was number one. I talked about it in therapy, and my therapist was like, well, then don't ever dodge that. Even if you're tired, even if you're hungover, make breakfast for your daughters. I'm telling you, therapy is awesome, and BetterHelp is my suggestion for you. It is fully online, making therapy affordable and convenient, serving over 5 million people worldwide. Access a diverse network of more than 30,000 credentialed therapists with a wide range of specialties. Easily switch therapists at no additional cost, and you can do it at any time. Discover your relationship green flags with BetterHelp. Visit BetterHelp.com/bears to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/bears.
Going online without ExpressVPN is like leaving your kids with the nearest stranger while you go to the restroom. They're probably not a kidnapper or serial killer, but why would you ever take that risk? Connecting to public Wi-Fi in cafes, hotels, or airports puts your data at risk. Hackers can easily steal passwords, bank logins, and credit card details with cheap tools. A smart 12-year-old can do it. Stolen data can sell for up to $1,000 per person on the dark web. ExpressVPN stops hackers from stealing your data by creating a secure encrypted tunnel between your device and the internet. ExpressVPN is the best VPN. It's super secure. It would take a hacker with a supercomputer over 1 billion years to get past ExpressVPN's encryption. And it's super simple. Just open the app, tap one button, and you're protected. I do it on my cell phone. I do it on my laptop. It is literally the click of a button, and then you are covered. And it makes you feel safe. Secure your data online today by visiting expressvpn.com/bears. That's expressvpn.com/bears. And you can get an extra 4 months free. expressvpn.com/bears.
Keep my hands on the wheel. I don't answer questions.
Oh my God. So that's in the doc, though.
That's
That's
all
in there.
in there, yeah.
I mean,
I wanted that just to be the doc. I'm like, fuck the comedy ass. Just release this.
That's the best part of the doc.
Dude, it's just, yeah.
Yeah, that's going to be the highlight of.
It was the way it was shot and the way the editor did it, and like look back and like I mean, because we have so many angles of it that I'm like, this is maybe the funniest thing I've ever been a part of.
I know. It just shows you too that like you can work at comedy for
Forever.
so long, and a real moment like that will be funnier than anything you ever write.
Need a fat guy to shit in a dumpster. If you want the Emmys to call.
So wait, you were on the Ozempis then,
I was on the Ozempis then. Yeah.
and now no.
Now, I had it up and down with the Ozempis. I know it's bad. I'm sure you got a lot of questions. I did bad news. I understand that. I'm aware of what I look like.
No, I just, you know.
Dude, we went to dinner last night. He had lobster 3 ways. He had 3 different kinds of lobster.
All right, listen.
What?
Wait, poached, fried,
He had a lobster
grilled?
taco,
Okay.
a soup,
Yeah.
and then his.
You ordered the lobster taco.
No, it's my fault. Yeah. You ordered the other 2 types of lobster for
Sure.
yourself.
Sorry for There's Eddie V's.
Eddie V's.
Shout out to
Nice
it.
joint.
That's a nice joint right there.
How was the bill? Up there?
Heavy.
Heavy bill.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's the one place we do splurge.
Food.
Steakhouse. And we really, we don't go anything. It's your typical steak. We'll go heavy.
Steakhouse is you can't go wrong at a steakhouse.
And we only do it in like, once or twice, like, on like something like this, we had like a long week or whatever. Like the first night we got here, we got the guys with us and stuff like that. We want everybody to have a good time.
Have you been
Celebratory.
when you come here? Have you been to Jay Carver's?
No.
No, we went to Three Forks.
How'd you like that?
Loved
Did
it.
you get the King's butter?
What's
What the
that?
fuck is you dropping that on me now, Tommy Buns?
Had a little King's butter in my underwear.
Dude, you got to go back. You
Yeah?
got to get the King's butter. Yeah,
That place was expensive.
yeah.
That place was that was a heavy bill. Actually,
Well, you
no.
told me. You got here. You guys were like, we are spenders.
we also
We're just bad with money.
we also almost got kicked out of Three Forks because we were pretty fucked up.
Really?
We probably
Blacked
shouldn't
out.
have been in there. We
I'm literally, I have this exact outfit on, and I got a backwards hat on. Our producer's blind drunk, kicking chair, like falling into things.
I was wearing a bathing suit.
What? At 3 Forks?
We are who we are, Tommy.
Yeah,
you
that's
can't
true.
change it.
Our money's still green, huh?
Were they like, excuse me?
Dude, we
Sir.
were in
I'm
the,
pretty sure they thought we weren't going to be able to cover the check.
Yeah.
we were in the middle of the dining room. There's nice people.
Yeah.
having nice dinners,
Yeah.
enjoying themselves.
You guys were just animals?
and we're sitting.
We started day drinking at like 2.
Okay.
We went to Cisco's and East Texas. Shout out to, I don't know if you've ever been to Cisco's. Great Mexican food.
Okay.
We're like, oh, let's have a beer here. And
Yeah.
then the weather was nice. It was like 75.
Yeah.
And,
Let loose, man.
Yeah.
You got to
knew-
enjoy yourself.
we
It was
knew-
our only off day.
we knew we were in trouble when after we ordered, they came and they flipped out the leaves.
Dude, they
on the
came and
table.
opened up the table.
And I was like,
forgot.
at this point, I'm like in the walkway, and there's 2 nice couples having dinner behind us. We're screaming back and forth. We're doing this. We're doing that.
we were a scene for that place. It's not like we had each other in headlocks and, trying to put each other out or anything.
How'd you guys handle the Super Bowl?
Quietly.
Quiet. I watched
Quietly?
it at home with my wife.
Because we went to the NFC Championship the week before. And I realized very quickly after that whole excursion that I wouldn't have made the... It was rough.
Really?
Yeah.
How so?
Had to walk to the subway. There was no cars. Had to get through Broad Street, walking around. My feet were killing me. We were all fucked up. I just knew we couldn't do another weekend like that.
Like that? Were you
Yeah.
considering going?
Yeah.
Thought about it. In the moment we were excited.
Because that's hometown.
It
right?
would have
I mean,
buried us.
Hometown, yeah, hometown. It's also like we got our boy, I don't know if you know, like Tommy Pope, Chris O'Connor, Gilly, and we always go to the game. Like we always go to Phillies games or whatever big games together. And it was like rally the troops type thing. And I was like, I don't fucking
Can't do it.
know. Also, we're gonna have to pay for tickets like fucking schlubs.
Oh my god.
I'm hitting up everybody, and I'm hitting up our agents. They're like, "You made us like $700 last year. Get out of here." They're like, "We can get you into the party, maybe."
And Super Bowl tickets are
Crazy.
so
Crazy.
crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I also didn't, I didn't want to watch that in that environment because I was very anxious about it. I didn't want to go to any Super Bowl parties. I wanted to sit in the dark, quiet, and watch it.
But you must have really enjoyed it. I mean,
Not because I kept thinking like this fucking guy's gonna come back.
Right,
Like,
right.
If anybody could have done,
Yeah.
it's him.
but
at the
there's a
moment.
point where like it was probably in the third or
The
third or
dagger.
fourth- yeah,
The
where
dagger
you're
to
like,
Smith.
oh shit, this is really
This is happening.
also it was
great.
such a beatdown.
Crazy.
I never
That's a fucking
ever
ass kicking.
Also, like the fucking Vegas people must have made out because there's no way people were betting with these types of spreads. You know what I mean? Like,
No way.
No.
It was also very like the Philly mentality is like we don't win like we have to eke out way it's just very much like tooth and nail, and then to have that you're like what the fuck.
Oh, I mean, it's just so crazy to see not just how good you guys looked, but like how bad they looked.
It's wild.
They looked so bad. You know what it looked like? It looked like sometimes when like an old mean coach makes his JV team play the varsity team, and they're like, these guys are way bigger and stronger, and like this is not cool.
Yeah.
Someone's gonna get really hurt. That's what it looked like. It looked like two different leagues of teams playing.
Really, yeah.
There was a guy in Philly in the 60s, I think. He ended up becoming one of the managers of this restaurant I worked at when I was a kid, the Bluebell Inn. His name was Jack Friel, Philly legend. He was the coach of a Catholic school in Philly. The night before like the city championship or whatever it was, the varsity team got in trouble for like drinking or something like that. Benches them all, starts the JV team, wins the city championship.
What?
Or I'm not sure what it was, but it was something
there should
like
be
that.
a movie about
That's
this.
That's what I'm
crazy.
talking about.
Some of these old guys, like right before I got to my high school in Florida, when I transferred there from Milwaukee, we the old, like you could just tell the guy's mean. AD was also the football coach, and he transferred out. So I got to see him when I moved there, and then by the time spring came around, he was gone, and they were like, "Oh yeah, he's a piece of shit," and they go, he would like. One time I remember I asked one of the kids in my class, I was like, why don't you play football? He was like, I'm not doing that anymore. And I go, why? He goes, well, that guy, he goes, just for his own amusement one time, made me like run full speed at he was a freshman at a senior. And just to like, and the senior was like the big fucking juiced fucking guy.
Had, like, the
And
neck
he was
roll
just
on and
like,
everything.
yeah, he was like just 40 yards sprint at him. And the fucking senior knocked him out, like sent him into the
course.
like unconscious. And he was like, yeah, that was the last time I go, yeah, that's
That's a life lesson. What are you talking about? Come on.
I go,
Character builder.
the next guy's not going to make you do that. And he was like, I'm done with that shit. I'm not doing that again. He just did it to like bully him.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
That's why
be a
these kids
dick.
are soft now, Tommy.
That's right. That is what. Do you see the fucking Rick Pitino thing?
That's crazy.
No, what happened?
Dude, you got to pull this up. This is so great. I just saw this.
Oh wait, maybe I'm thinking of something else.
It's go to Bleacher Report on Instagram. They fucking Rick Pitino's still at it. Fucking he's been coaching.
Yeah.
I feel like 45 years or
I know, I
something.
haven't
Old
seen this.
schooler.
Old schooler. So I think he coaches St. John's now. They are, scroll down right there. Where have you guys been? And when you click on that, you'll have to swipe and turn the sound on.
Basketball player. Dig in.
This is halftime.
Every time you miss a shot, your game deflates. We don't care about your missed shots. Play defense.
Oh,
You guys keep blowing opportunity upon opportunity upon opportunity. You're like children with bad things happening. Instead of digging in and be tougher, you wilt. Where is your toughness? Where have you guys been raised that you're so weak mentally that you just give up when something doesn't go right for you? Don't you know what adversity is all about? That's the game of life, not the game of basketball. You don't get down when things go wrong. You dig in and get tougher. Your whole life's gonna be adversity. Learn how to deal with it.
Let's fucking go.
Right?
God damn, that's scripted.
Dude, so leave that. That's that. They're down 13 at halftime. Come back and win this game.
Good for them,
This is
dude.
halftime. Yeah, and if you scroll down, it's just everybody's just ready to be like, I want to play. Like
Yeah,
that-
that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's fucking. I mean, like, I'm always shocked by coach. Like, as performers, you're like, how did you hit all of those notes perfect? Like, they build the emotion. That then it's like, how do they do that off the cuff? Is crazy.
Yeah.
That's great. Think
This
he likes
guy-
an Eddie V's, huh? Sit down,
man.
baseball steak with him.
Oh, fuck.
Get you straightened out.
You guys are like children. I mean, you're sitting there. You're like,
Where were you raised? Meanwhile, he's screaming at dudes that are like 6'4", 240. Just like, where were you raised, pussy? You're like,
Yeah.
oh, fucking.
That's what you need. All my coaches in high school and college were like that, and I loved it. It's
great, right?
Oh, it was the best.
Yeah.
It was the best.
I love coaches that were, because there's this line, you want them to be tough, but care about you.
Yeah, of course.
And like some coaches don't know that you have to have both. But if they care about you, then
Yeah.
they can say anything they want to you.
I remember my football coach in high school saying he was hard on us. Me, like he came in when I was a junior, and then like my senior year, they got gotten their foot under them and stuff like that, and they really wanted to like build a program. And so he was hard on us to get everybody ready as the program moved forward. And I think one of my buddies who he always was just strong on was like, why do you yell at us so much? And he was like, when I stop yelling, that's when you should worry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's true.
It always stuck with me.
Sounds pretty emotionally abusive, if you ask me. I'm doing this for your own good. You're like, Jesus Christ, dude.
We liked that stuff back then. It was
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, when
Sure.
they yell at you, when you know the guy gives a shit about you and he says that, it fires you up. You're like, yeah, I'm letting him down, I'm letting myself down.
It like radicalizes you. You're like,
Yeah.
let's fucking go.
Let's go, dude.
Yeah.
Spring is almost here, so it's time to shake off those heavy layers and bust out those beautiful thighs, gentlemen. With a variety of bright and comfortable polos and high-quality thigh-exposing shorts, Chubby's has the styles to fit whatever spring vibe you are going for. Take that well-deserved spring vacation. Chubby's has the ultimate training shorts for you. Dude, thighs look so hot. That is the move. I'll tell you right now, George Kittle's thighs are fucking jacked. Looking for a more casual, comfortable fit for an outdoor brunch or a walk in the park or just to show off your thighs? Chubby's Original Shorts gives you that classic feel with a modern look. And get this, they even have everywhere shorts designed for performance and casual vibes at the same time. Experience unmatched comfort and style with Chubby's iconic Original Stretch Shorts. Depending on how much, bro, I just worked out in those today. Those are great. Those are great workout shorts. Depending on how much you're looking to show, Chubby's makes them in 4-inch, 5.5-inch, and 7-inch inseams. These shorts have the stretchiest fabric for ultimate movability and flexibility while maintaining a perfectly tailored fit. Dude, these are the Bucks ones they sent me. These things, this is the shirt right here, by the way. Stretchy. Who doesn't want a Hawaiian shirt that's stretchy? But these shorts it's got the perfect inseam. It's like wearing boxers. Look at that. Let's go Bucks. Whether you're getting dressed for a work day or a workout or a weekend getaway, Chubby's has you covered. For a limited time, Chubby's giving our viewers 20% off your order with our code CAVE at chubbyshorts.com. That's code CAVE at chubbyshorts.com. Support our show and tell them we sent you. Don't blend in with the crowd. Stand out with Chubby's.
Planning for the future isn't just about finances. It's about the legacy you leave behind. Whether you're saving for your kids' education, securing a comfortable retirement, or just making sure your loved ones are taken care of, having a plan in place brings peace of mind. Protect your family by securing their future with life insurance from Policy Genius. Policy Genius makes finding and buying life insurance simple and ensures your loved ones have a financial safety net they can use to cover debts and routine expenses, or even invest that money to earn interest over time. With Policy Genius, you can find life insurance policies that start at just $292 per year for $1 million of coverage. Some options are 100% online and let you avoid unnecessary medical exams. I mean, there's nothing better than taking care of the people that rely on you. You have an obligation to do it if you have anybody that relies on you. So secure your families tomorrow so you have peace of mind today. Head to policygenius.com/bears or click the link in the description to get your free life insurance quotes and see how much you could save. That's policygenius.com/bears. I fucking love it. By the way, I had to bring this up. Christina told me to tell you.
Shout out to new queen of garbage.
New queen of garbage.
She couldn't come in today, but she was. I go because I told her how much fun she was going. I was like, "You're gonna have so much fun doing this." And then I go, "How'd it go?" She goes, "I'm the new queen." And I go, "What?" She goes, "I'm the new queen of garbage." And I was like, "Oh, I knew you were gonna at least come close to the title."
How much of
Yeah.
that did you know?
I know a lot.
Did you know that when you were like started there? Did that come out after like as you?
Well, I think
Growing
you know.
together.
Yeah, you know little by little, right?
Sure.
Like
She
but
doesn't put
then
all those cards on the table at the first date.
There were some wild, we go like in the valley. I don't know how well you know LA, but we'd be like in the valley and, she'd show me this neighborhood. And like, I grew up in these apartments and I was like, oh, these suck. And then, like.
Yeah, she
talk
said it was all
about
like single moms. And
That was
Single moms.
pre-Indian stepdad though.
pre-Indian stepdad.
my
That's right.
Indian stepdad is the funniest sentence I've ever heard
Yeah.
in my life.
And my 3 Indian stepsisters.
That should be. That's what he was saying. That's got to be a book.
That's the name
Yeah.
of someone's
With her on the
novel.
cover
know.
like this.
My Indian stepdad.
And then he was out of his fucking mind,
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was a criminal.
He was a real criminal.
Yeah. She said they were like shooting out windows and flattening tires and shit.
That ice cream, he loved his pistachio ice cream. I know these stories.
what
And
she
then,
Yeah, she told us. Yeah.
And then we pulled into a parking lot, and he's like, "Oh, hold on a second," and then fucking just stabbed the guy's tire. And then the crazier part to me is like that in and of itself, you're like, that's super psychotic. Is that he gets in the car, and that her mom was like,
Yeah, like laughing maniacally.
and they were like in it together, like this fucking guy owes me money.
Her dad too. I mean, first of all, the story of her parents getting out.
That's crazy.
That's
going to an internment camp.
That's nuts.
Where
man.
now, because they were in an internment camp in Italy, and he's like resents Italians so much, and I'm like, well, you were refugees.
haven't had a slice in 50 years.
He's like, the Italians are the cockroaches of Europe. That's like his.
That's his
quote about-
slogan.
He hates them, and you're like, yeah, they took you in though.
Yeah.
But he's like, fuck them. But yeah, then to Canada, and then did she tell you the story about why they moved to the States? It's like it seems like it's out of a comedy because he's working in Windsor, living in Windsor.
Forklifts.
Because Canada, no. So Canada, he's a mechanic, right?
Right.
Canada is more welcoming to immigrants and refugees.
Mm-hmm.
So they settle in Windsor, Ontario, which is across the bridge basically
From Detroit. Right.
So he's going into Detroit to work, but they're residing in Canada. He's like, one day I see a man in Detroit, a black guy, cool guy, with a nice coat and a feather in his hat. And you're like, you mean a pimp?
Yeah.
and he's
Huggy
like,
bear?
he's like, this is who I would need to be with, these guys. And you're like, pimps.
Yeah.
And they just get in the car and drive to California. So like,
that was the inspiration
He
for
was
it.
inspired by the pimp, and then went to California.
Yeah. I
And
love
then started pimping himself.
How much? I mean, go.
Sorry, I was her life is crazy.
It's crazy.
It's proper crazy.
What is your role in that side of the family? Do you have what are your experiences with them?
I mean, I don't know. There's a few things like
He
had
passed,
told
right?
me-
Her Indian stepdad passed.
Indian stepdad passed. Her mother passed as well.
Okay.
Okay.
So the first time I met her mother, what was funny to me was she was like, "My mom's crazy," and I was like, "Yeah, my mom's crazy."
Every mom's crazy.
Yeah, I was like, "We're crazy." She was like, "No, my mom's crazy," and I go, "Okay." So we've been dating, I don't know, a few months or something at that point, and she's like, "Okay, we're gonna go to this restaurant now," and she's like, "Again, just so you know," I go, "Just relax, it's fine." So
I got this.
we sit at this restaurant. Her mother comes in. She's got her hair's done, blonde lady, very nicely done, like a well put together lady, like nice sweater, pearls.
Yeah, she said she was beautiful.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Has her makeup, nails, like she looks very presentable. You're like, this is a nice,
Yeah.
elegant woman in her probably late 50s or something at the time, and I go, hi, and she's like, hi, and then Christina's here, I'm over here. She goes, and she does this she had this like little point with her. She goes, I went to Bloomingdale's, and this fucking tried to tell me. And I was like, yo. And I look at her, and she goes,
I told you.
I told you. And I was like, and then she just like goes off on the fucking from Bloomingdale's.
It's wild.
And she had a wild mouth. The dad did too. The dad.
I mean, I doubt he was a saint. You know what I mean?
She told us her dad would take her to Club Med.
Club Med.
It's crazy.
Crazy. First time I met her dad, I can 100% tell you when this happened, because it must have been 2005, because I think that's the year that Michael Richards was on stage at the Laugh
That makes
Factory
sense.
and dropped the N-bomb. And we went to his house the weekend after. He goes, what the fuck's the problem with saying that? And I go, what? And he goes, why? He's like, if somebody's an N-word, why can't I say it?
Jesus.
And I go, right? He goes, there's one across the street. Look at his lawn. And I go, what the fuck? Shit.
Those Eastern Europeans play by their own fucking rules.
They don't
dude.
give a shit about
And they're like
anything.
words. What do you mean?
Yeah,
It's
word.
like so like I was in an internment camp for fucking
they're
4
like,
years.
what?
Words? What?
This guy's in trouble? I go, he's in big trouble.
His life is ruined.
He's like, I don't get it. Anyway, how long you been dating my daughter? I was like, oh man, this
How
is
long you been
nuts.
dating my daughter?
This is nuts. So yeah, they were pretty. They were like intense Eastern European,
Yeah.
like hardcore ones. And yeah, her mom was complicated. Like she would be sweet, but also had this like
Sure.
fly off the handle. I remember one time she had ended up in the hospital. I think she had fainted at a lamp store or something like that. And we went to the hospital to
Smells
visit
like a slip and fall.
Yeah, no kidding.
and she goes, I had a stroke. And we were like, oh shit. And then the doctor was like, he took us outside. He was like, she didn't have a stroke. And we were like, what? And he's like, she didn't have a stroke. She fell. But her mother, who was going through a lot of things, was like the attention
Yeah.
of
Gotcha.
that. And then I made a fatal error, which is that I was bedside with her, and I decided to try to lighten the mood with a joke. And it was like a simple, playful joke. I was like, well, when we get out of here, would you like to go dancing or something? Maybe we can find a nice club to go dancing at tonight. And she was like, fucking dancing. I had stroke. Nobody can dance. And I was like, oh. And I thought it would be like playfully dismissed. you
Yeah.
know?
Like, oh, Tommy.
Yeah. Just like something to like, just lighten the mood. She got really, really mad about that. That like, who's gonna fucking dance if they had a stroke? And I'm like, well, I don't know, but you didn't have
One,
one.
you didn't have a stroke.
So, but she got very mad about that. Very
Yikes.
bad. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a great episode, man. Christina's awesome.
She's great.
It was the most
Unbelievable.
requested, longest away get. And like, we don't do episodes
'Cause-
outside of the studio. Like,
Yeah.
we've turned down a lot of people of
Sure.
like, no, just we're not doing it.
But there's a special level of
But
trash.
I was like, we have to,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because she's
Just
like, I'm not
nuts.
coming to New York. I'm like, I picked up on that over the past 3 years.
And she had all the shit that I know would.
She showed up from the emergency room.
Oh,
They
yeah,
had to-
that's right.
Josh said we had to push it 30 minutes. She's
Yeah.
like, she's at the emergency room right now.
Yeah.
Something. She's bleeding, and I'm like,
The kid stabbed her.
I'm
What's going on over there?
We can cancel this.
She told me, she goes, I just cut myself, by the way, with the same fucking knife. So maybe we should get rid of these.
Man, these cigars are a little fucking.
And I filleted open my finger. It was gnarly. And I was trying to like just wrap it myself, and I was bleeding through it. And I was like, I got to go. So I went to urgent care, and they put steri strips and everything on. I was just lazy trying to slice something. And I went through my finger. She saw my kids are always grabbing scissors, screwdrivers.
Yeah, they sound like
hammers,
great
knives.
kids. From
Yeah.
what I've never met them. I love you and Christina. These kids, I hope I never meet. I hope by the time they're adults, they're in the correct facility. They
What's the
belong
deal,
in.
man?
You know those like little electric cars that like kids drive?
Power
Yeah.
wheels.
Yeah.
So the miniature ones that
Yeah.
like, you plug
Always
them in.
wanted one
of
those.
You zip around. So they have a couple older ones that like they don't really use anymore.
Uh-huh.
And I walk up the other day, and they're just like, there's no steering wheel. There's 2 tires on
took
one.
it to a chop
the
shop.
door is off the other one, and I was like, "What the fuck happened?" So I grabbed them. Like, "What happened?" They were like, "Oh, we've been hitting them with hammers." And I go, "Why?" And they're like, "They don't work." So we took them to the shop, and I go, "What's the shop?" And then they both pulled out hammers, and they just fucking like,
You can't blame
Good
them.
as new, Pop.
yeah. And I was like, "This is cool, guys."
Man,
Yeah,
terrors.
yeah.
That's funny.
That's yeah. I mean, I've only I mean, we were just talking about it. The story where like they ran through the construction site and like broke all the shit, and you're just like these kids. I mean, they
Little rascals.
they sound like criminals, dude.
yeah, they do.
Little rascals.
Yeah,
They got a lot of spunk.
They do.
Stabbed their mother.
You know their favorite thing to do with me, they call it torture time. So they go, "It's torture time." And I go, "Okay." So that means you clear the bed, and I get on the bed, and then they pummel me, right? But like they get like really, like they punch, they choke me, they like, and I'm supposed to like, I get to pin them, and then as soon as they go, hey,
knock
then
it
I
off.
have to let go. And like I was doing that, and I had one leg locked, like I had one in my
Man,
legs
a dad's
here.
leg lock will fuck you up.
Oh yeah, and I stopped paying attention to him, and I'm with this guy, and then he's like, ah! He just starts crying. I go, what? He goes, "Your ass is close to my face," and I go, okay, sorry. And then he calls for his mom. "Dad, put me by his asshole," and I'm like, "I didn't put you by my asshole."
Man,
Yeah.
meet the Seguras.
Yeah.
Yikes. Yeah. Crazy, dude. Yeah, that was the first time that ever happened. Somebody came in straight from the ER who should have went to the ER the night before.
Yeah, she
We
let it
found
bleed
out.
through. Yeah,
Let
Oh,
it bleed
that's
through.
right.
yeah.
And then find out I know she was maybe doing it half jokingly, but also think maybe she didn't want to admit this. She said she got bit by a snake. I don't think she wanted to admit that her son stabbed her.
He had a knife, and she went to grab it, and then he didn't let go. So then her hand went and sliced it.
Sliced down
Sure.
the thing.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, there's been snakes too. One time they caught a copperhead, which is crazy, and they put him in a cooler, and then they put
On their own?
well with her cousin. Her cousin's like 3 years older.
That's
and then
that's on their own.
and then they
Caught
put
a
a
copperhead.
copperhead, which is very dangerous. Put it in the cooler. Put the cooler on the trampoline. And then I go, "What the fuck? Why are you doing that?" And then my nephew was like, "I secured the premises." That's what he said. He goes, "Everything's secured."
Did you know there was a snake in the cooler?
No, I go, "What is that? What is down there?" And
Jesus,
he-
good thing you didn't know.
copperhead. And I'm like, "Dude, that could really,
They could fuck up the day.
yeah, that thing can fuck up, yeah, it can fuck up the rest of what
It's
would
like
have been
something
your
from Yellowstone.
life,
Putting
yeah.
a copperhead in a cooler.
yeah,
Hey, Dad, open this.
yeah, they're fun.
Yeah, it sounds
Wild.
Yeah.
They are the best, though. I gotta say, these they are all the stories I tell are like people who don't have multiple boys go like, huh, and then everybody who has boys is like, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it was the same thing with me and my brother. Like, we were, it was lawless.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we
My
were
mom was a
nightmares.
single mom. My dad was, it was split custody. So it was like, I mean, at one point they were like, we weren't allowed home alone together. I just like stay after school because we would just fist fight. Like, it would just be like, it would be hell in the cell
tell you
until my mom got home.
how kids like adjust your emotions. So yesterday I hear this banging, and I'm like, what is this? And I get out, and they had taken, like like workout bands.
Yeah.
They had taken a band and they put it around a different type of toy car, and they're pulling it, but it's hitting the walls. So I go, hey guys, look at the wall. Like, it's all banged up. And I go, take that shit off and, don't do it again. And I go, now I have to have this touched up. Like, you fucked up the wall. I have to pay for that. And then my oldest, he goes, I could do it. And I go,
Get the hammer.
I go, no. I go, I don't want you to do it. I want it to look good. So I would have a professional do it. He goes, it's just a little paint. I go, again.
It's also like you're
Yeah.
getting in a fight with him.
I go, it's not happening. You're not doing it.
Listen, you don't have the steady hand to do that, okay?
You're definitely not doing it. I
Gives you an
"And
estimate."
You're going to cost me money by doing this nonsense. And then I'm fired up, and I go, yeah, just don't do shit like that. He goes, or maybe don't get so upset about a little bit of paint.
Hey, maybe. Stop being a pussy.
Yeah.
And I'm like, And because he's right.
He's
first
not
of all.
wrong. You're like,
He's
all the
right.
stuff you have going on, you're worried about paint.
I'm
It's
like,
like, yeah, of course.
What are they, 3 years apart?
yeah, two and a half.
Yeah, me and my dude, it was the same thing. We were nightmares. One year we had just moved from upstate Pennsylvania down to outside of Philly, and the down by Philly, everything was way more expensive. So we were like, their parents were kind of struggling a little
Yeah.
bit. We were living in a townhouse. They were trying to give us a good life. They were working their asses off and all this stuff. And my mom, every year, she would wrap all the Christmas presents and put them, hide some stuff, but put a majority of them in one of the rooms downstairs, where she wrapped them up. But there'd be no labels on them. You know what I mean? So oh, these are for your cousins and all that kind of stuff. My mom's working a triple shift somewhere. My dad's away. Me and my brother are home by ourselves. Maybe we're 12. I'm 12. He's 14. And my brother walks in. I'm sitting there watching TV. And he comes in. He's got a brand new sneaker in his hand. And I'm like, where the fuck did you get that? And he's like, come here. Brings me into the room. He got a razor blade and slit open the presents, and we slid them out. So once we realized we could do that, we looked at every single one. I got this. I got Sega. I got this. Unbelievable. We piece it back together. Perfect crime. Don't do it right. We put it back. Next day, go to school, come home. Usually my mom's there. My dad doesn't get home until whenever. He's sitting at the kitchen table. He's like, your mom's over at your aunt's. She's hysterically crying. Busted. Ruined Christmas. It was one of those times, no yelling.
Yeah.
Just
Quiet.
bad.
Yeah.
We did the same thing, but we was started when starter jackets hit, early 90s. Hot. My brother, same
They
thing.
were the shit.
4
bro.
years older than me. And my brother's a fucking loose cat. Hey, especially as a kid, he was a fucking lunatic.
Yeah.
So same thing. He come upstairs, go back all the way into the deep behind the closet, behind the clothes, starter jackets. And my mom's in the kitchen, and we walk. He's like, let's go downstairs with them on. And I'm like, I remember being like, this ain't a good. I was like 6. I'm like, I don't know. He's like, look at this. Look what I found, Mom. She's like, you fucking pig. Just broke down. First time I ever heard her say fuck, she said, you ruined fucking Christmas. And I was like, all right, let's go to Dad's for a couple of days.
Wow.
That's what boys do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's tough. I mean, I look back at what we did to my mind also, because they were divorced, so it was he would just be a dick to my mom. Not you just, you're like a boy. You're like, I'll do whatever the fuck. There's no father figure in the house.
Yeah, one of my kids gave a C note to a kid in school the other day.
What?
Yeah.
He's got that kind of cash on him?
I was like, what the fuck, man? I go, what? He goes, hey, don't get upset. No one's upset. And I go, okay, what for? He's like, he's a good kid.
Good kid, smart kid,
yeah.
could use it.
Straighten him out.
I go, what are you talking about?
A little bit of walking around
like, he's a really good kid. I just want to do something nice for him. I was like, I go, you don't have to do that for people. You don't have to give them cash.
Where do you get the 100 from?
I don't fucking know. He stole it from me.
Jesus.
Yeah, I don't know.
Man.
Yeah. I was like, okay. I go, I'm not mad at you. Can we just make sure that we are not in the practice of giving cash?
Who dimes him out for something like that?
Dude.
School calls?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
They probably got them on fucking speed dial, dude.
Yeah. They were
He's walking around like Henry Hill to give it.
What, the kid ran him out and say, hey, he gave me $100?
I think a teacher saw it. and was like, is that $100 bill? And they were like, yeah. Oh, yeah.
How do you think, you dumb broad? I got 20s? Yeah, it's 100. Huh? Here's a little something for yourself. Keep the
Yeah.
chocolate milk cold.
Yeah. Yeah, it was very.
Don't wear that perfume tomorrow either. I can't concentrate, huh?
Yeah. Trying to spell over here. Giraffe? I don't fucking know.
Right.
So, yeah, I don't know, man. Those kids are, they're wild.
Damn, that's funny.
That's awesome,
Wait,
dude.
let's talk about money. So,
Okay.
So, what's
Can
going
I
on?
have some?
What's going on?
Get your son in
Yeah,
here.
get the kid in here.
Is your spending out of control?
I mean, we're not buying tigers or anything like that. You know? Things
Yeah.
happen quickly.
So you're an impulse buyer? Is that what the thing is?
I'm just an idiot, man. He's been smart. He's been good.
It took me 2 years to.
Last time I saw you, or at least when we were podcasting, you were debating about a car. Do you remember this? And you
Yeah.
were like, I want to get this car. I don't know about that
Yeah,
car.
yeah.
But what
yeah.
did you end up getting?
I got
He bought two.
what?
He bought two.
Oh yeah, I bought two. Well, that car. So I had a Kia that got stolen by the Kia boys. Shout out to the Kia boys.
Shout out Kia boys.
That got stolen. So I bought a used Mercedes from Carvana that I'm pretty sure was in a flood.
Okay.
A little swampy.
A little musty.
Okay.
But the way I look at it is like I've never had a nice car. I've always had the first new car I ever had was a Kia. Before that, I had like a Mercury Montego, and before that, I had a Chevy Lumina. Actually, I had 3 Chevy Luminas. I kept crashing them, and then but they were like
Shout out to the
800
Luminas.
They were like $800 at the time.
Okay.
So I would crash them, and then or they break or whatever, and then my mom would be like, well, I can give you $400 to a new Lumina.
Yeah.
And I just had to come up with another 400. So we just kept replacing Luminas with Luminas. And so then I bought a Lumina. I thought, you know, because people buy nice cars, and I'm not like a car guy by any means. And I just
Smoke cigs in there too.
Yeah, you got to. It's a fucking
car.
It's a 95 Chevy Lumina, dude.
Yeah.
You know, put a little 50 cent and relive.
But you
the
have
old-
a new. You got a new one?
No, I
though?
bought a 95.
Oh, you bought a
It cost
95.
me $8,000 to buy a 1995.
How's it
Chevy.
running?
It wouldn't get out of reverse last time. That's it. I got like a powder blue one of those.
It wouldn't get out of reverse.
Nah, so it's not inspected.
Who's running away, huh? Moving forward, baby.
Okay.
So that cost me. That was like a big thing for my childhood, though. Like I just was like, that will be cool. I just want to zip around with my boys and just
And then
like.
do you do any type of saving?
I do. The one thing I was able to do. I bought a house.
Oh.
I bought a house in the
That's fantastic.
suburbs. A little fixer upper.
Okay.
That'll be like the plan to get out of the city at some point because the city is fucking
Yeah.
going to shit, dude. It's
Is it?
crazy.
Why?
Currently in my neighborhood, actively for like 3 weeks, 4 weeks now, there's a guy just running around. Taunting women is the word.
Taunting.
Just like, you bitch, I'll fucking kill you. And then like scaring away.
Yeah.
And the cops are like, we can't do anything.
Yeah. You're allowed to say that.
You're allowed to say, like, you know what I mean? Like, you're allowed to tell a baby you're going to kill it. And that's what he's doing.
Cool.
So they can't arrest him, so he's just wandering around doing that.
Okay.
So like the plan would be in a couple of years, start spending more time in the burbs. But
I like it.
So I've been able to, and it's
I ain't going anywhere
It's funny because it's
for a long time.
Yeah, he's jammed up. It's they're a sponsor, but Acorns.
Shout out to him.
I downloaded that through. I'm just as bad as money with him.
Okay.
The way I look at it is like I've spent every dollar I've ever made.
Yeah.
Up until like 2 years ago.
I was gonna say not now, right? Now you're not spending every
Well, 2
dollar
years
now.
ago, I had to clean up. It was taxes.
Yeah.
We were just because I was still running the books at the time, which
Okay.
we got above. I'm pretty good, but it got above my pay
Sure.
grade.
Yeah.
And it was coming in, and I'm just going, here, take half. I'll take half. We'll figure this out next
Sure.
year. And
I've never learned anything like that.
Yeah.
I vaguely remember having an accounting class in high school, but I know I didn't pass it. So
But
if
now-
I have it,
But now that like you've been doing this for the podcast is obviously grown, it's become successful. You're selling tickets on the road. Are you when you get money now? Do you put some aside for like taxes and or?
well, we got a business
Savings?
manager.
yeah,
who
we took
does-
that. We took that out of our control.
Great.
So he doesn't.
He's doing that.
That's new. So that's this
Yeah.
year. This
Okay.
year's the first year I don't have to kind of wipe out my savings to pay taxes.
Good.
So that's pretty cool.
And then he should be also easy talking to you about a pension.
We're not there yet.
No, like you don't have to start with a lot, but like just contributing because we were saying you
I'm
don't want
49.
Yeah, he's gonna have to tap into it in like 6 years. Dude.
Yeah, I got the acorns.
well
When I'm 88, I'll have a couple of
He,
mil.
he looks at that because they give you if you keep
Shut up,
contributing this,
acorns.
it'll be whatever.
look, you're never too late to contribute to something that you can tap into after your retirement age. That's what I'm saying. You're not going to want to hustle the same level when you're an older guy, right? So
Sure,
I am an older
He
guy.
is an older guy. He's older than you.
Am
think.
I guess.
I'm 49.
well, then yeah,
What are you?
I'm 45.
You're doing pretty good.
I just have a lot more gray.
This guy's all right, huh?
It's doing okay.
Yeah. I mean, we'll be all right.
Yeah,
I think
you will be.
I have.
I'm just bad spending.
All I'm saying is this, like.
I'm in panic mode now.
No,
put it that
I
way.
learned this too.
Yeah,
I learned
he's-
I learned this too. I learned this too, which is like I've had different business managers and stuff. Nobody.
Do you trust them? I trust my guy, I think, but
Yes.
blindly.
Yeah,
I just know he uses other guy. Like, it's my friend's guy. Like,
He's the
our,
best.
Our peers guy. And I'm
Yeah.
like,
no. If you have a good
well, listen,
one,
he's not going to be stealing 10 grand from me. He's going to be stealing that guy's $10 million.
well, this is what you learn. What you learn is that you can hire the absolute best of the best, and nobody will ever look after your money
Like you.
with more concern than you. Right?
I got to get back up. I got to get eyes
I
on
don't
it.
know if that's true.
All you have to do. What I'm saying is, yes, you should trust somebody if this is a trustworthy person. Trust them, right? But ask for a monthly report. Look.
I got
over-
access to but I'm so nuts. I got access to, we moved banks to they move it to they don't use TD Bank.
Right.
They go to fucking,
I
they
got
go
it.
to rich guy banks that don't
got
have
it.
storefronts,
I got
which
it.
is shady to begin with.
okay.
I used to work for very wealthy, rich families, and they were all, it's like Sterling Bank or fucking,
Yeah.
all these things.
You're like,
You
where's
can't-
that?
Well,
Yeah.
give me an ATM card, cocksucker. Let me
Yeah.
go get my cash. But they don't do that.
But ask. Here's what I'm saying. Ask for like a monthly.
Well, I have access to I have a login to the account.
Okay, but then also.
But
bring,
I'm so nuts. I think they might make that up. Just
no, they're not making it up. They're not making it up.
I'm crazy though. In
But-
my head, I'm like, if I was robbing you,
Yeah.
I would go make a fake fucking landing page that says he has this much money and make a list of transactions.
Well, look, it might be a Ponzi scheme, and in which case, best of luck. But in the idea that it's not, which I hope it's not, and there's somebody who's taking care of you. Just all I'm saying is ask for things and ask questions, and you are only going to get where you want to be if you tell this person what your goals are. Because what'll happen is if you go, I'm just giving an example. If you're like, my goal is like, I want to buy a house in this neighborhood, and you don't mention it, things are happening, and then when all of a sudden you want to do it, they're like, well, we didn't know that. Like, they can help you structure.
I don't know what that is, though. I don't know what my goals are. I just want to have a little cash on me.
Okay.
A little walking around.
Do you have any debt?
I ask you personal questions, Tommy.
Well, I'm saying that could be a goal.
I got a credit card bill that I pay it, though.
Okay, I'm saying I'm giving you
Do you
examples
have any
of goals.
non-revolving debt? Do you have any longer-term
What's
debt?
non-revolving?
Like that's not due at the end of every month. See, I know that revolving debt. That's
Why
pretty
wouldn't it
good.
be due at the end of the month?
Like a car loan isn't revolving debt.
I got a lease.
Okay, that's fine.
I got my rent.
Do you want to not have to work one day?
Yeah,
Okay, that'd be one of your goals then. Tell
Okay.
them that. Tell them that.
I could do that now.
Let's go back to being a bum.
I'd be jammed up.
Do you have a house?
Now,
Then maybe you want to get one day.
yeah.
I'm just saying to tell them what you have on your mind. Don't assume that they'll know what it is your goal is. That's all I'm saying.
Sure, no, I agree. I
Okay.
agree. I actually just did that. I was like, hey, man, what would it look like if I got it? Like, when can I buy an apartment?
Yeah.
Right? Just because rent New York,
So crazy.
Just running the scenarios because he's like, these are the stuff you need to think about.
Yeah.
So I go, what would that look like? And he sent it back. He's like, send me one you like. What's that? A very modest
Yeah.
like 1 or 2 bedroom.
Yeah.
Really like a 1.5 bedroom.
And what did it look like?
He's like, well, scenario 1,
Red.
you put this one down, and this is what you're left with. Like this is what you're left with.
Yeah.
And this is what you're left with, and this is what you're left with, and then all 3 of them were in the red.
Yeah.
Like he'd be like, you'd be left with negative $25,000.
Okay. And I didn't involve.
I don't.
Yeah, but here's the thing.
He doesn't think, but like I have money in like a retirement account. I'm like, well, let's cash that out and buy a house.
No.
Yeah, that's see, rich guys don't think like
What
that.
do you mean?
No, don't do that.
No,
I
roll the
didn't-
dice, shake it up.
I shake it up. I didn't involve him in the planning of my wedding, which looking back,
That would have been a good time.
yeah, that
He
would
was
have
hitting
been
them up for payments earlier.
What did this wedding look like?
beautiful, Tommy.
Really?
Had a nice
I mean, it's
time.
Hawaii.
It's Hawaii.
Beautiful place.
Beautiful.
Did you get married on the beach?
Yeah. Place called Lani Koanua in Oahu, over
Okay.
at Koalina. Beautiful.
Oh,
sunset.
Colina is gorgeous.
I gotta give it to him that the fans. I thought it was going to be a clusterfuck.
Yeah.
He's never planned anything really for the tours, the show. Like he's
Which I didn't really plan any of it.
Sure, but I'm just like, this guy can't book flights. Like how is this all going to go off without a hitch?
Yeah.
And I mean, dude, we got there. Say the ceremony was whatever 4 to 4:20, right? And then at the end you go and get a drink. little 10 minutes of cocktail hour.
Former lieutenant governor did the wedding, had a nice quartet.
Sun starts going down.
Greet and drinks.
You see the sunset perfectly hit the horizon. 15 minutes. Everybody's
Had
got
to pay
a
for
cocktail.
that. That wasn't cheap.
Yeah, no, none of it is. Weddings are.
You know how much does it cost to get a sunset?
How many guests?
150.
Shit.
Yeah.
I told you briefly. I walked in. I went, "Who the fuck is paying for this? This is crazy."
Yeah.
It was.
You are, dickhead.
I know.
That's
be
incredible.
good.
He's gonna
extra-
have me working until I'm fucking 70.
Yeah.
He keeps going. We need a big year. We need a big year.
4 years in a row.
Yeah. And there was, yeah, I just didn't understand it. I mean, I'm an idiot. You know what I mean? This is the first thing that's worked out for us. We can't be more grateful.
Yeah, of course.
And yeah, you know what I mean? It's like, it was kind of there. I was like, all right, yeah. Then it just kind of adds up. And then, man, when it was really getting close, I was like, fuck, am I going to be able to physically pay for this?
So what happens?
We get like a monthly check, like
Yeah.
take a deposit. He
Sure.
goes, we'll take the rent and pay all the other stuff. Dude, it was like November. He's like, can I get December and January as well?
It's something of good faith.
Yeah.
If that didn't happen, I would have. It
would have been, yeah.
Yeah, it would have been bad.
Really?
Yeah. And I came back in January, like, ew, straighten me out. Because here was the thing, and it was
Well,
just.
he was working with it. He's like, what do you need? Oh, we can, like the business manager's like, we can figure this out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm not going to let you be bouncing checks in fucking Honolulu.
The main panic was, and I didn't realize this as we were getting closer to the finish line, is that we got a room block for everybody that was coming over. Okay, which everybody, got banged out. I got my whole family flying to Hawaii at Christmas. These guys came in for like 3 days.
I came in for like
Had to leave.
55 hours.
Everybody's a little tense, but wedding was beautiful. Everybody had a great time. But I never did a room block before. I just assumed that if you get a room block, you're getting like a special, you get a little discount because you got people coming in. It turns out that whatever I tell them, like if I say, hey, I want 75 nights, broken up, like, 10 nights, 10 nights, 10 nights, whatever. I'm responsible for that.
Dude, he was
75 nights at a beachfront hotel at Christmas in Hawaii.
Oh my God.
I signed the contract, and then I was like talking to the lady, and I'm like, so wait, what does this mean? She's like, well, if for some reason that you only hit like, say 50 nights, you're going to be financially responsible for those other 25 nights.
Holy
So
shit.
around, I would say August of this year, I was basically working for this hotel, pitching to my family.
people started dropping like flies too.
They did? They
We're going to stay over here. Oh, my friend's got it. Your friend's got a place, got the pool. What are you talking about?
So how many did you have to end up covering? Because
None. It all worked
okay.
out. Yeah, it all worked out. No, it would have.
No, that's stressful. That is stressful just
Yeah.
thinking about it.
I just would have swam out in the ocean and just kept going. I would have been done.
If they were like, good news, you only have to pay for 19 nights for people that didn't come.
Let me put it this way: when we got back from the wedding, I was on the bed, fucking ripping open envelopes.
Holy shit.
Yeah, but it was nice. We had a good time, didn't we, Kippy?
We had a good time.
You
It
had
was
a
great.
good time.
It was beautiful.
Let me ask you this, because for everybody watching right now, you're either going to know that tomorrow, or if you're seeing this after, that there's a special out on YouTube. It's on the Are You Garbage YouTube page.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's the Route 66 tour special. So it encompasses like a bunch of stuff you guys did on the road. You documented like a whole tour. What happens now? It comes out. Are you guys going back on the road? What's?
Yeah, we're resuming our regular tour. We go back out. We go back out in early March to do a run. We're gonna do a run in April. We're gonna take a little time off in the summer from the road, and then we got an AC show, and then we'll start back up touring in the fall.
Pick back up in the fall, but
Yeah.
back.
This was different. This was our big thing. Again, also financially irresponsible. We sunk everything we had
brutal.
into this.
Into this.
Yeah. Also, another thing.
Hey, what are we doing here?
So the one thing we want to do as is we want to buy. We're like, let's buy a conversion.
Do you have an Acorns account?
So
You want to buy what?
a conversion van, because
Okay.
that's a trashy thing.
Oh, yeah, shit, I
So
forgot
we're
about
like,
this.
all right. So you start looking, those things ain't cheap. I don't know, like they're like 80 grand.
Yeah.
Nice though. You
So
ever
I
see the
run that
A-Team?
by the business manager.
Oh yeah, 18, yeah.
And he's like, absolutely not. He's like, you got to insure this thing. You got to put it in a garage in New York. I'm like, yeah, but like, we'll just pay a guy to drive us he'll drive to Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
We'll land in Pittsburgh then because we do like strings of one-nighters.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like clubs during the week and theaters on the weekend. So it's like, we're out for a week. You're paying Sprint. I'm like, this guy, I'll just get my buddy Ryan to just drive us around the Midwest.
Sure.
And he's like,
Saving that in
no.
Ubers and shit.
He's like, dude, there's no way this will ever financially make sense. He's like, you're going out on the road 30 cities next year, right? I'm like, yeah, sure. He's like, that means it's you use it 1 month out of 12 months.
It's got captain's chairs.
He's like,
though.
that's just nice, right?
Swivels.
So
Got a
comfortable.
TV in it.
Yeah.
I want to be able to sit in the captain's chair in the back right and turn around and talk to the boys.
I don't
Conduct
know.
business.
I'm a fan of it. You know. It's
Yeah, we're doing it against his better judgment. He's
Oh,
like,
you
well,
are doing it.
Oh,
yeah, we're gonna
well,
buy it this
yeah.
week. So he's like, well, at least
It'll be with us in Pontiac, Michigan on March 8th.
yeah, exactly. So he's
Is
like,
that, is that the first gig?
yeah, dude, we literally have our idiot friend. He's like,
So-
he's like, this sounds like the best. I'll leave 2 days early and I'll meet you. I'll pick you up.
How
at the
much was
airport.
the van?
It's well, we haven't got it yet, but they're about 80.
It's going to be a car payment.
Yeah, car payment a month.
Okay.
But
You're gonna put something down?
I don't know. So that's why I was talking to the business manager.
Not that.
Now it's a GMC Sierra.
What are
or
we, nerds? We're
Sienna
not
or
zipping
something.
around in that.
Savannah, right there. Yeah.
Oh wow.
That's clean living right there.
Pulling up in one of them.
Like
yeah.
B.A. Baracus.
Yeah. That is kind of a garbage vehicle
Right?
too.
It's
Yes.
like fun. It's like,
Ours doesn't have that tent on the top, does it?
oh, that's where you're staying. No.
Yeah.
And it's all like sweet on the inside. Like it's all
Yeah, it's
tricked
kind of
out.
it's like all like leather and it got captain's chairs, TV, speaker, the whole nine.
Radio AC.
Oh.
Yeah,
Rack and pinion steering.
but don't like
I like that you point out it's got AC already. those are hard to find these days.
I got 2 words for you. Power windows. All right?
But the one thing is, you travel a lot.
Airbags.
You're in different car. You're just
All the time.
And I go, if that's just our car for
Here's-
the Midwest to the East Coast, and
One-
that's just what we're in all the time, that's nuts. It's like a home away from home.
One thing that is like somebody pointed this out to me. I forget who it was. I was on the road one time, and another comic was staying at the same hotel. This is like 10 years ago, and we were playing different places. And I go, "Are they coming to pick you up?" And he was like, "Oh no, no, no." He's like, "No one ever picks me up." And I thought he meant like disrespectfully. I was like, "What?" He goes, "Oh, I refuse."
Yeah.
Like, what do you mean you refuse? He's like, these motherfuckers don't know how to drive.
They're
He's
nuts.
like, I rent a car in every city I go to. And I was like, you're out of your fucking mind, right? 10 years later, every other time I get picked up in a city, it is some fucking Yahoo who is like talking to me.
They don't
looking
care.
at- I'm like, you're a professional driver, like brake checking, like just driving like an asshole. And half the time, like I'll ask when we get, I'm like, if the drive isn't far, I'll be like, hey, can I rent the car?
Yeah.
I'll just drive myself. I'd rather be behind the wheel.
We'll get like a Sprinter or something. We're like, oh, we're going like 3 hours between cities. It's like, just get a Sprinter. And those guys, you go, hey, can you slow down?
That's another thing
Like
that happens.
it's so
Yeah.
like they're like, we're all looking, then we're going, can you tell them? You say it. And it's like, we're like afraid to be like, buddy.
I know.
And then they go, no, that's it's that guy's fault. It's not, I'm doing a speed limit. I'm like, you're doing 90.
Yeah, no.
We
you
had a
don't-
dude stop for gas not that long ago. We had a show in Red Bank. We drove from the city. The guy's like, I got to get gas. And then
You got
disappeared
gas.
for like 20 minutes.
After 15 minutes of being in the car, he's like, I got to stop and get gas. I'm like, what the hell's going on here?
Yeah, there's a lot of fucking. All right.
And so my thing is like, oh, hey, we got a driver that we know and can trust and can communicate with.
Yes.
We know what kind of car we're in.
Your friend will do this.
Yeah, he's nuts.
Chomping at the bit.
He goes, he's like, that sounds like the coolest thing in the world.
Yeah, conversion van. We're all, what do you
Come on,
mean?
it's the boys. The boys are fucking, it's
How,
like,
how many people will travel in the van?
it's getting more. It's getting,
About 30 of us.
It's getting more and more, dude. Yeah, so we go, it'll be 6 of us.
Okay.
Yeah.
It'll be 6 of us. 2 producer. It'll be me, him, a producer.
Well, your business manager will be a lot happier with this purchase if you use it for a lot more transportation.
Sure.
Do you know what I mean?
Well, that's the thing. It's like you also landed 6 guys. You're like, we got to rent a car for a week or whatever. Gas. It's just,
Yeah.
I'm trying
Snacks,
to sell it.
all that shit.
It doesn't make sense financially, but it's fun.
That's
and
fun.
we kind of made an oath of like, let's just spend money on being stupid and fun.
That's what the whole show's about.
That
you
is
know
what
what I
the
mean?
show
Yeah,
is
so it's
about.
like
Bozos and the homies, all, the fans want to see that.
We'd be stupid to have a 401k. Let's get a fucking GMC Sienna.
There you go.
I wouldn't even know how to go about that.
Yeah. If you don't know, just don't do it.
Yeah, don't ask the guy.
Don't
we
ask
pay.
the guy.
Plus, I don't know the retirement thing. It's like you can't take it out till a certain
Age,
know.
yeah.
What?
I know.
I mean, clock's ticking. You know what I mean?
On all of us. Yeah.
I need access to that cash now.
Yeah. Fuck retirement.
I got a florist in Hawaii looking for me.
I would love to see the bills that you paid.
Man.
It's
Woo! We
It's
were
a-
getting. I thought I had it all mapped out. We flew from New York to I think was it Minneapolis, and
Yeah.
then had a layover in Minneapolis. Got on a plane. We're flying in. I got it all mapped out. Everything's been taken out. All the final payments are done.
yeah.
We're literally about to take off. You know, and I'm gonna lose my internet. I look at my American Express bill and I go white. Something was just like an invoice when I thought I paid it, but I didn't. And I'm like, man, this is gonna fuck everything up. And then I'm like, wait, I thought this was taken out, whatever. We get into a huge fight on our way there, and then I lose it.
Good times.
I'm trying to text the vendor, like, what did you double charge me, whatever, and I lose it, man. Talk about a long flight.
It's a long flight.
Woo!
I remember the before, like this is 2007. I had miles and I had like, I don't know, points or something. And I figured out and I went to Hawaii with Christina.
Uh-huh.
And she was like, this place is fucking, I was like, yeah, it's no problem.
No big deal.
And I had calculated that this trip with whatever I was doing was going to cost me $3,000. And then when I checked out, you forget things that like breakfast.
Sure.
is like
$29 a clip per person.
more.
I like
Yeah.
a big breakfast too.
Yeah, it was, and then I'm checking out, and they're like, "Here's your bill," and it was like $7,500. And I was like, and I didn't say anything. I just was like, and I left, and then I don't know. 6 months later, I was still being like, "Fuck," and I believe that that bill went to collections.
Sure.
Whoa,
Yeah,
man.
and then they called me.
I still got some stuff in
And
collections.
I paid it, and the guy, I was like, I paid that off. He's like, and the guy on the phone, he goes, "Oh, you a big baller?"
Little pussy bitch.
He's like, you a big baller, you paid that off? And I was like, what? I was like,
Just
fuck.
taunting you?
Yeah, he was taunting
That's
me.
great.
Yeah,
Big bull.
yeah. I was like,
Yeah, my activities leading up to this, as far as like exploring different avenues of maybe loans or whatever, has now led to my phone gets blown up. I am on some list I am on the huge sucker list somewhere. I have these random, hey, you're almost approved for this. You want to,
Oh, yeah.
dude? I mean, I get like 5 a day, and
don't.
I'm answering them. Because I'm like, take me off your fucking list. I didn't fucking apply for this.
But we try to explain to them that that's a positive to them. They go, he answered. You
Yeah.
were 1 in 5,000 that answered, so they're going to go, that guy, this fucking fat idiot's going to give up at some point.
This guy-
He's going to be behind the 8 ball and go, you can get me 10 grand today? All right, I'll
and
do
this
it.
guy likes to swipe. That's what they know. They're like, this
Yeah.
guy swipes this card.
Give me
dude.
30% APR and I'll consider it. If not, I'm losing money.
Yeah, that's fucking amazing. All right, well, thank you guys for coming
Thank
in.
you,
Thank
brother.
you, buddy. We
Appreciate
love you.
We love you guys. Are You Garbage? Route 66 tour special comes out February 25th. It's on their YouTube channel. Make sure you check it out. Make sure you listen and follow Are You Garbage. And we'll see you guys soon.
Thank you,
guys.
Thank you, buddy.
Appreciate
Bye,
it.
guys.
Bert and Tom and Bert. One goes topless while the other wears a shirt. Tom tells stories and Bert's the machine. There's not a chance in hell that they'll keep it clean. Here's what we call 2 Bears, 1 Cave.